guys provided all the tools to like really see like, okay, this works, this is how we do it, and this is who it's worked for. And that gave me confidence in moving forward. Actually went on because you guys had so many different testimonies and went and looked at like their Instagram pages and we're like, okay, they look like they're killing it. Like everybody's been really contactable too. That's what I like on the app. Like anytime like I had a question or, you know, if I was like wondering something about a client or a no-show or something like that, you know, like everybody's contactable and like on it.
Welcome, guys. Today we have another call with a clinic partner of us. Her name is Sabrina. She's the owner of Shapely Sculpt. They have been a partner with us for almost 4 months, going on 5, and it's been quite successful. If you don't mind, Sabrina, introduce yourself.
Hi. So I'm the owner of Shapely Sculpt Studio. We're in Destin, Florida. We just opened up. We're going on our first year. We just hit our year mark like a couple days ago. So
okay, nice. And what was that year mark, out of curiosity?
November 1st.
Wow. And when you opened the business, do you mind elaborating like the first 3 months of getting into business and what that looked like for yourself?
Yeah, so this is a brand new career field for me. So I was kind of going in blind and just took a leap of faith a little bit. So the first couple months, you know, I think I was just really getting my bearings and what's about this whole industry. So it was pretty hit or miss every month, but we just kept going.
Okay. Cool. And when we first met was maybe what, almost like 8 months into the business, would you say?
Yeah.
Right. And like, I know, and like just for other people that are watching, and we can get into like the experience that we've had together, but I know you've probably spoke with other companies or are aware that other clinic owners like yourself, or just estheticians or even nurses that are doing their own thing, are in that spiral and game of trying to find a marketing company. And I'm not trying to direct it into talking about us, but I'm curious about like, when you were kind of almost introduced to the marketing space, what did that look like for you before you actually made the leap moving forward with us?
So when I first started, I started with my initial marketing company, and I honestly didn't really know what to expect from them. So like the first time I got an appointment, I think I was excited, but then it translated into every month I was just like stressed out trying to pay my marketing fee and not knowing if I was going to make it or make a little bit extra. So there were some months I just felt like I was working for my marketing, you know, and to afford it in the beginning. So that's what really made me, you know, start looking out when I was expanding a little bit and getting a new machine. I was like, I can't just, you know, make it every month. Like, that's not why I got into this, you know? So that's what made me like take a look and start looking at my other options to see what I should be expecting or can get elsewhere.
And like, how long was it when you were with these guys that you were like, okay, like this is kind of getting stale and I know there is better out there?
Yeah, probably a couple months into it. I was like, I don't know if it's my business model or like what's making this not sustainable, but something has to give for this to actually be a business and not end up just being somewhere where I'm spending my time for free, you know? And so probably around like month 6, I started thinking about it. So when I had found you guys, it was because I started searching on Instagram and other places, looking for different marketing companies. And I did a couple interviews with a couple other ones, but nothing really felt right. And then when I found you guys, I decided, okay, I'm just going to take a leap, put it on a card. I'm going to keep my current marketing and I'll try something new. Whichever one works out better is where I'll go. And I'm glad that I did that, because that very first month, I mean, you guys like blew it out of the water completely. And I was like, wow, I could have just been doing that the whole time.
That's awesome to hear. I don't think a lot of people kind of follow your same decision-making process when you say you really took a leap, because I know we spoke about this before, but like, and I know I took the conversation with you when you initially inquired, which isn't the case anymore with my team, that like I actually have reps. So I was personally involved in the decision-making process when you decided to move forward. What was it maybe that made you decide that like this is something you're willing to give a shot?
I think number one, like the numbers that you guys had, like there was a lot where you could actually see like what the cost per lead were, what other people that were working with you did. And I actually went on, because you guys had so many different testimonies, and went and looked at like their Instagram pages and were like, okay, they look like they're killing it, like, and did my own research with it as well. But you guys provided all the tools to like really see like, okay, this works, this is how we do it, and this is who it's worked for. And that gave me confidence in moving forward.
Okay, cool. And before we get into like how it's going right now, because I think definitely it's uncomparable with the way you conduct your due diligence with other companies. What kind of advice would you give, you know, people that are maybe in the same shoes as you to do before meeting with marketing companies or before they pull the trigger and actually move forward with it?
I mean, I think first off, you have to think about like your risk factors. Like for me, I really didn't have a lot of like networking that I could do within my own personal space. So I knew that marketing was going to be the backbone of my business. So I didn't really look at it as like it was going to be an expense. It was literally like an investment, you know?
Okay, right. And just in terms of like searching or doing background checks on a company, because it seems like it was very, very thorough with yourself looking through us.
Yeah.
What are things that you have to look out for that is probably like, okay, this isn't something that aligns with me. I don't think I'm going to move forward. Because I know you said you spoke with 2 other people. Maybe you can elaborate more on that. What maybe didn't have you find alignment with them rather than us? I know you said
I think
us,
for
but what
me,
did they have that?
right. I think that for me, with like the whole interview process that we did, one thing that I feel that I got from you guys was you're trying to see, like, we're meeting to see if that we can work together as a team. Not necessarily, it didn't feel like a sales call where someone's just trying to sell me their product. You're like, this is what we do. This is how we do it. Let's see if we can make this work for both of us. So it felt more like a partnership than it did a product that I was buying.
Okay. I wish you were saying that as if it was my sales team, because I have 3 hires, but like you're basically giving me like an internal review right now. So that's good to know that I follow that, because I try to never be pushy, you know, like I try to make it very, very much like this is your decision. And, you know, I haven't done this call with you to convince you to make this decision. Right. I'm just here to show you that like we can help. And if you want our help, then we can move fast. And some people maybe get misaligned with that and think, oh, you know, I want to hold off or whatever it is, you know what I mean? So you can tell. And you mentioned the first month just blew it out of the water. Do you mind like elaborating on some statistics? Like, do you have anything that stood out yourself, like amount of bookings or revenue that you turned over that month?
Yeah. So the very first day that my ads went live, we got like 5 new bookings for that week within like 3 hours. It was insane. Actually, yesterday, you guys did 6 new bookings yesterday before like 2 p.m. for next week.
Right. Okay.
So that was a good sign coming like right off the bat. And then, that first month, because I was anywhere between like $2,000 to like $5,000 was like a good month, and that didn't happen all the time. And like that first month, I mean, we had just launched the T-shape for that, but in conjunction like with, you know, the launch party and stuff. I mean, I've made like 22,000 that first month, which was insane. And with the launch party, and then after that, I mean, I think last month we made 15,000.
Nice.
So I mean, so we're tripling what I was doing before with the same product. All of our ads are for the 5-in-1. So.
Okay. Do you think after like day 30 hit, like that's when you were like, okay, I can breathe a little bit now? Or was it like sooner than that?
I think it was sooner than that. I think like like within the first like 2 weeks, I was like, wow, this is a huge difference. Let's see if we do it again. And then the next month we did. And so now I feel like I'm starting to get to that point with the business where I'm like, okay, the business is businessing, you know?
Okay.
Rather than just wondering every month if I'm going to be okay.
No, that's exactly that. And you know what? Like, I don't want to compare you to anyone, and I hate doing this, but a lot of the clinics that we work with that turn over $1 million a year, they make decisions just like you. You know, like they do the risk to reward factor, and they don't even like second guess it. Like they say, let's give it a shot. Like, because you already have that ingrained and you already know that like long term you're going to do well, even if we're not working together long term. You know, like you now know that there's a system that can get you consistent leads and appointments. So it's about kind of having that standard for yourself and saying, look, if this isn't working, even if it's with us, that you can kind of say, hey, what's going on? So, you know, and I know this is our first time properly talking about like the actual account itself. So like I'm asking you all these like interview questions, but like what in terms of, because I know Michelle, you know, went back to school, and I've been kind of taking the calls, and Ryan has met with you. Austin probably has conversed with you, and even the appointment setter. Who, I mean, was that a main factor as well that like you appreciated, or is it just something that you know, it was like, oh, it's just to be expected, or did it really stand out to you?
No, it did stand out to me. Like, I think Michelle was like so thorough, especially in like our beginning, like doing our weekly check-ins and stuff. Everybody's been really contactable too. That's what I like on the
Yeah.
app. Like anytime like I had a question, or, you know, if I was like wondering something about a client or a no-show or something like that, you know, like everybody's
Right.
contactable and like on it.
I'm not in the trenches as much because I actually hired a new account manager, Sarah. You'll meet her soon. But when I was, the feedback that I was getting was, you know, like if you know Sabrina texts you, you fucking respond. You know what I mean? So that's basically that. So it's good to see. What I mean are your plans, just out of curiosity? Because I actually don't think I've said this enough, and I said this on a call with someone else, just like just an internal meeting. Like, I know you got that new spot that you're trying to open up, or it's in the works, right?
So I got the keys like 3 days ago. Flooring went in
Nice.
yesterday. So
Congrats.
we're working on it. I just
Okay.
applied for the salon license. So I'm just getting all that together this month.
Okay, and it's not too far from your current clinic, right?
No, it's like literally like
Okay.
2 miles down the road.
Nice. And I mean, you don't have anyone on your team. It's just yourself still?
So
Or
I
you-
actually just had to hire because I've
Okay.
like, it's been crazy. So I just trained someone, and she's an esthetician. So she's like, just while I'm here, like I have to pay for somebody else to come here because it's not a private space. But
Right.
when I move over there, then I think she'll be more full-time with me.
Okay.
So
That's dope. And now you kind of have like a process that you like, if it doesn't work out, you now know how to hire someone, and like maybe you can gather a lot more information. But I hope to God that the first person that you hire is a banger, you
me
know?
too. Yeah.
What in like, so you open it, let's just say December to summer, like what is like an end goal, looking at like June being the last month that, you know, we can discuss, like where would you like to be, like at revenue wise, staff wise, and just clinic wise overall
Okay,
business?
so the new place has 3 rooms in it. So ideally I'd like to add more. So either get double of the machines, like if we're that busy that we need to have 2 sculpting rooms now because we're kind of there
Right.
almost.
Yeah.
So, and then adding like more wellness, you know, that's really like the clients that I have are honestly like into, you know, like longevity, wellness, like really optimizing their health. So I want to do anything that I can
Sure.
to support that with the extra space that I have that's like in alignment with that. So I don't know. I'd like each room, you know, ideally, I don't know, sky's the limit when you say
Yeah, no, most
what I would
definitely. I
be
think,
shooting
you know,
for, but
yeah, I mean, I think you're with us now long enough to know that like you're at a stable amount of income with the ad spend that you're doing, and exponentially that will increase as you know, develop the you know, whatever you're doing internally, and also with the amount of leads that we're handling. So, you know, it'll only ever get better if you're spending more in marketing. Not saying you should, but you know, there obviously are, now that you have another another clinic, you're going to have like other pathways that can maybe help you get more revenue that isn't even marketing related. You know, you might, and because you're still a year, like you just turned over a year in business, you are probably establishing more of a word of mouth now, and like just overall everything is just going to increase that. You know, if you're firing on all cylinders and doing marketing, then you'll very clearly, you know, have those places filled.
yeah,
I mean,
that's the plan.
that's really it. I mean, I don't really care about you talking about like how amazing we are, this, that, and this.
Okay.
Like, so I'm actually like really happy with how things are going. Seriously, like it's actually really,
Yeah, no.
I really appreciate like a good case study, you know, and you've really helped us big time.
Yeah, no, I'm
for
honestly
us.
like, I don't even think that when I signed up, like that I had like thought about like this month with the amount of like appointments that are on the schedule right now. I mean, like I'm losing space. Like I'm like, where am I going to put them? Like I have to get a second room, and it's insane because literally when I thought about it, because you're like, okay, how long have we been working together? I was like, oh God, it really is like 4 months.
I know. Honestly, I looked at the you know, the statistics. I didn't even know we were with each other going into month 5. I thought it was still like we're in our 3-month period, but we're almost going into month 5, which is awesome. Seriously, I'm actually really happy for you, and I'm not just saying
so
that.
happy. I honestly like I'm so happy.
Nice. Seriously, I'm sure you have a lot more like weight off your shoulders, and I know maybe your day to day is still the exact same, working the same amount, but you probably are more relaxed and can use your free time more effectively.
Yeah, and I just think as we keep going and as ad spend gets bigger, and if I can do like consultations and pop in for appointments and then have other people doing my sculpting, like that would be the goal, because then you have income and you have free. So I just want to get to the next little threshold and then
No, I'm with you.